This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Washington Redskins. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Manning. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. There he goes inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Saquon Barkley. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On first down, it's Smith. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you'd gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Peterson ended up having a really good year, over 1,000 yards, which was 8th in the NFL in rushing. Of course, he was signed after the injury to Darius Geis.
Yeah, that happened midway through the preseason. And he came in and blew them away in a workout, and they wouldn't let him leave Washington, D.C. And guess what? They saddled him up 1,042 yards, his 8,000-yard season. You have to include a 2,000-yard season in 2012. He's now 8th all-time in rushing yards at better than 13,000 and 5th all-time in rushing touchdowns with 106. Do you know what his dad nicknamed him as a kid?
All day.
You got it. AD doing his thing in D.C.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Giants set to get the football back, and they're coming off a 5-11 season. Now, look, that's an improvement from 2017, but still it's 8-24 the last 2 years. So, okay, you talked about earlier their need to get big guys up front to protect the quarterback. You got the number 6 overall pick in this next year's draft. Where are you going?
You would think if you could get someone like a Quentin Nelson who went to the Colts last year, you would want to do that. But there's also a chance they can get their future quarterback with the number 6 pick. So you might have to go in that direction and then come back and get the big guys later in the draft. Sitting in that number 6 spot, they will have a good chance at getting one of the top quarterbacks in this year's draft.
Manning going to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Manning. And bringing it in right side here, Makem. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So Manning to Beckham in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more, more, more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
26, 27 to Sam, 27 to Sam.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Rosas now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Washington Redskins, as they make their way back out here, they're coming off back-to-back 7 and 9 seasons now. Yes, they had the injuries at quarterback, but gosh, there was a time when you thought the NFC East was theirs.
It certainly was. Remember, they were 6 and 3 at one point. And people were wondering, could they ride the legs of Adrian Peterson to a division crown and into the playoffs? But injuries hit them in a big way. At one point, partner down the stretch, the 2 teams that led the league and guys on the injured reserve list, Washington and Oakland. The brothers Gruden, head coaches of both teams, I was teasing both of them saying, you guys compete at everything? That's not something you want to compete for. So they had a bunch of injuries that really derailed their opportunity to try and win the division.
Trying to get back to the playoffs soon. They haven't won a playoff game since 2005. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Ogletree, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball.
And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Doctson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Redskins have made this a 1-score game. Smith feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Okay, partner, got to fit in some Super Bowl chatter here. We're going to have New England and the L.A. Rams, 2 teams that had to go on the road and win their respective conference titles.
And think about this. The Patriots, who went to 8 straight AFC championship games, back in the Super Bowl yet again, yet they believe they're the underdogs and feel like the whole world is against them. How did they get to adopt that posture? But it's working for them.
And remember, by the way, the Patriots, their first Super Bowl win was against the Rams back in their St. Louis days.
So a lot has changed for the Rams since then. And the Patriots, consistently the most successful team in the NFL. This is going to be fun.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. to the air on second down. It's Manning. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing is Manning on third down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So out now come the Redskins. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. They go play action here on first down. He's going to... It's caught at the 10. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Rosas now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Smith. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
On second down, Peterson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. And off comes to Peterson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation. Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Smith, and that is going to be Incomplete. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And by the way, I need to pass along a reminder that our ladder for the Madden Challenge tournament is still open in MUT Drafts until February 11th. And the prize pool for the Madden Challenge, folks, $190,000.
And who wouldn't want to participate in something where you could get a piece of $190,000?
That's what I'm wondering.
Get in, get it done. Let's have some fun. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Barkley. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run with Barkley. And an alley to run. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Go 56. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
Barkley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Now it's Barkley. And fights through one man. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's to the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right?
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's Smith, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it'll bring up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Redskins on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Smith, it's brought in by Dodson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On first down, Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, Smith. It's hauled in by Dodson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. To the air again, Smith. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now Smith. Jackson with a grab over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Smith on first down. He's got it. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
This is Barkley. Twisting away. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A nice little juke. And spinning now. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. A handoff, Barkley running left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 29, and they will take